Hey everyone, welcome to another backcountry camping and fishing video. I am shooting my intro on the last day. I just did some fishing, I'm coming off the lake. On Saturday, I knew I had a narrow window before some heavy winds rolled in, so I just wanted to go find my campsite, get set up. So let's go back to that morning when I launched. We're in the water. The first task, first priority, is to search for a suitable campsite. It may look beautiful and calm, sunny right now, but I know I have a narrow window before some thunderstorms roll in around noon, so 3-4 hours give or take. What I'm gonna do is just explore the lake while I'm fishing, and then as soon as I see something that looks good, I'll check it out. I love cruising a river like this to get to the lake. I fished her several times as a kid, not many years. Never camped on it, so that's going to be a new experience. The wind is gusting to about 30 right now. I'm still in the creek, haven't made it to the lake. That is supposed to increase to about 40 kilometers per hour by noon with the storm front. I'll feel better when the hammock is set up. Like many May-long weekends in Canada, this one coincides with the walleye opener. The walleye open up today. There's the lake. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad. Oh. A fish right there. Jeez. First fish of the walleye season is a pike. Just like that. I was pulling my lure up because I was crossing that point and it got very shallow, lots of rocks. And there was a fish on it. Pike number 2. Alright, another pike. Oh, May-long weekend, you're always miserable, aren't you? It was windy like this last year. The year before that, it was snowing. So, yeah, don't expect beautiful weather on the long weekend. That's for sure. Woo! I'm just cutting across one of the main parts of the lake right now. There's a few islands over here on the west side. That's where the wind is coming from. That looked juicy on the satellite imagery. Just want to cross these waves, get to the calm side, a little more sheltered, then start exploring. Might have some access here. This island was my first choice according to satellite imagery, but of course you don't know exactly what it's going to be like until you step out and walk around. Not the best access, but I was able to step out. Let's go take a look. Nice and sheltered here, but the question is, do I want to battle the wind or bugs? Jeez, can't breathe in here. Every time I do, I'm inhaling bugs. So that was the first island I looked at, but it looks really windblown. Maybe enough trees to hang a hammock. I might have to go with the wind as the lesser of two evils. I don't know if I want to spend 2 full days with these bugs. Decisions. Winter bugs. I think I'm gonna go try to land on that island. Just do a walkthrough, make sure that it isn't better than this one. It's not terrible, it's doable, but there's also some larger dead trees. You don't want to hang a hammock or a tent below those on a windy day. You might end up with a rude awakening in the middle of the night. It'd be really good if I get rid of this tree. Everything I need is in the kayak. First thing I'm going to grab is this smaller dry bag. In this bag I have my hammock, rain fly, inflatable air pad. I have a first aid kit for you never know what. Bug spray, that's going to come in handy. Saws to trim up the branches, and I'm going to put this on right now. It is a bug jacket. These insects that are flying around, there's clouds of them. They're not biting, but you can't breathe or open your eyes without them going in your mouth or like in your face. They're just wicked. So I'm going to put the bug jacket on just so I can breathe. I have my hammock set up. Still needs the air pad and sleeping bag, but I have shelter. Next thing I'm going to grab out of the kayak is this bin right here. In this box I have my electronic stuff, SD cards, cell phone, a couple of portable chargers, fishing license, GoPros, and my Zoleo, which is my SATCOM device, so I can send a text message even though I don't have cell service. What's next here? That is my boat safety kit that stays in the kayak. This bag is just pots, pans, kettles, my stick stove, cooking stuff that can get wet. Okay, next. My other dry bag, the bigger one. This guy has just about everything else that has to be kept dry. I got the rest of my cooking stuff, some snacks, fish batter, oil, a book to read, plates, utensils, paper towel, and some dry clothes, because I'm going to keep a dry set of clothes in the hammock in case I get wet. And if it does decide to storm, I'll be getting wet. I brought a fly fishing rod. Obviously my fishing stuff just kind of sits in the kayak. I got, spinning rod, spare rod, net. My tackle box is tucked underneath my seat. Life jacket. Should be more accessible, but that's the way I packed. Yeah, PDL drive. I got something in here. Peaceful. Okay. in my front compartment. This garbage bag just for extra protection from water. Come on. I know it fits because I put it in there. I have my sleeping bag. Let's get that in the hammock. All right. I inflated my air pad. I'm going to now stick it in the hammock, and I'll tell you why in a second. Just look at the way the hammock sits. There's not really any shape to it. What the air pad does is give it some rigidity, some shape, so you don't get sucked into it. Just makes it a much more comfortable sleep. Just like that. Oh, sorry. There. Have the air pad there. Just needs a sleeping bag. Sleeping bag's in. There's a built-in pillow in the air pad, so it's one less thing to bring. I think the last thing I'm going to take out of the kayak is this guy right here. If you had to guess, what would you say is inside the cooler? It's just ice and beer. Like Dax Shepard said on Without a Paddle, the movie, what's a camping trip without beer? Now that camp is set up and there is no thunderstorm yet, I'm gonna head out fishing for an hour or two. I want to just sit here and do nothing, right? All right, let's get out there. Pretty deep right off this point. If it does get too windy to go out in the kayak, I can always just walk across over to here and fish right offshore. 4 meters right here, so 13 feet deep and only 7 feet from shore. Fish on. Ooh, another pike. Gotta land him quick. He's swallowed my bait. Pike. I saw these narrows on the satellite image. I wasn't sure if they were passable. Doesn't look like it. A little bit of hard work maybe. Yeah, there's a whole other lake up there. Someone wanted to do the work and carry their kayak or boat or canoe up over this dam and little rippling creek. There might be some solid fishing back there. I ain't that desperate yet. Just enjoying the view. Felt a few raindrops. The fish aren't really biting anyway, at least I haven't found them. So I'm gonna land the kayak, have another cold beer, maybe lie in the hammock and read a book. Might still get a nice evening. I'm gonna read a few short stories. If you ever see this book online or on a shelf, it's totally worth it. No Place Like Home, Ken Bailey. It's just fishing and hunting stories. The guy traveled across Canada, all these remote spots. Just, it's a really good read. Dreams Above Arctic Circle, page 53. Yeah, let's do that one. Well, I just finished reading a couple chapters. 2 short stories. So peaceful and relaxing. I could hear the waves on the rocks, the birds chirping, but I could also hear thunder in the distance. Maybe we are going to get the thunderstorms. We're just a little late, that's all. I'll lie here a little bit longer, then get up, see if the storm's coming, maybe make a plan for the evening. Got a fire going. I tossed a whole bunch of moss, sphagnum moss, on top of it. Just trying to smoke out these bugs a little bit. See if I can send them to another island. Come on, gust of wind. Get rid of these bugs just for a second. Come on. Look at them all. This is incredible. Like, the sound. You probably can't hear it on the GoPro, but wow. Okay. Come on, good gust of wind here. Get rid of them. Blow them away. Oh yeah. That's better. Well, day 1 is over. I guess I just had to sit here on the island and entertain myself. The heavy winds wouldn't let me go fishing. I did catch a few pike, but I was expecting more than that. It is what it is, I guess. I had to come back to my island, entertain myself. Had some cold beer, sat around the fire. I did try a few casts off that rocky point, but it was so windy I could hardly stand. Like, never mind being in a kayak, like, the gusts of wind were pushing you over. So I gave that up quickly. Looks like there's a narrow window tomorrow morning before the wind picks up again. So I'm going to go to bed early and get up at the crack of dawn and, you know, see if I could beat the wind, maybe catch a couple fish. All right. Good night, everyone. Good morning. I was really hoping to find some Labrador tea on one of these islands, but haven't seen any, so Earl Grey it is. I'm gonna enjoy this cup of tea, then jump in the kayak for a few hours and see if I can find a fish. When I jumped in my kayak to head out fishing, I realized I did something very stupid yesterday. After fishing, when I landed the kayak, I forgot to turn my helix off. When I got in this morning, it was already on. Battery died while I was pedaling across the lake. So I'm just going by instinct now. This is getting stupid. Big waves. The wind is picking up. I don't know. Fish on. Is this a walleye? It was a good tap. Oh no. Oh man. Almost got to see a fish. There we go. Let's keep this one pinned. Come on. There's my shore lunch. Yeah! I got some protein. Nice eater too, little guy. That's all I want. It was walleye opener yesterday, but whatever. One day late. Oh. There we go. Fish on. This one feels a little more decent. Oh yeah. Nice Walter. Woo! A nice little chunk. Oh. Okay. Yes, sir. Beauty. I already got one for shore lunch, so it's your lucky day. This is wild. I'm getting out of here. It's going to be a long pedal, 2 kilometers back to my island, but it was worth it. Got my shore lunch. Missed one, kept one, released one. All right, heading back. I'm glad I got off the lake when I did. Must be gusting to 50 or more today, right now. This is the calm side of the lake. Can't imagine being over there. Feeling down, life is too hard. Just remember this little tree. All it has is a tiny little crack in the rocks. Yet it lives. Lit up the stick stove. I'm getting hungry. The trail mix and energy bars aren't really doing it anymore. I really want my shore lunch. According to the weather app, the wind is supposed to be slowly dying off within the next hour or two. I just can't wait any longer. While I wait for that wood to burn down, get some coals in there, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Shore lunch, literally. I'm gonna make this wild rice soup, which I've already tried before. I know it's delicious. And I'm gonna cut up the walleye and stick it in there. So it's gonna be like a chunky soup. Now one of these packs makes half a gallon of soup. I don't need to eat a gallon of soup. I'm hungry, but not that hungry. So what I do is I just divvy it up into 2 equal portions. So that'll be a quarter of a gallon. I'm gonna use 1 liter of water. Yeah, this is gonna be delicious. First thing I wanna do, is add the water. There. Get that up to a boil. And here's the fillets from that little walleye I kept this morning. I'm kind of glad I let the bigger one go. This is just perfect. Any more meat would throw the ratio off. So I just cut each fillet into 2 parts. Then I'm going to dice it. There we go, just like that. Whoa! The wind almost blew this right out of my hand. That would make me cry. Alright, it's steaming. As soon as it boils, we'll put in the ingredients. The good stuff. It's just starting to boil. So I'm going to put the fish in first. Just like that. Oh wow. You can already see the fish is cooking. See how it's turned white? Now, to add the flavor. It's that simple. It'll probably take 12-15 minutes to cook. You gotta wait for the rice, right? However long wild rice takes to cook. And now you more or less want to simmer, which is it's hard on an open fire. So I'll just be pulling it off occasionally just to let it cool. Like, this soup is amazing without anything in it, just what comes in the package. So this is just going to be like next level. Fresh walleye, wild rice soup. Got a light boil to it now, simmering. What I'll do is I'll just let this wood burn out and let it naturally cool down. Get it nice and thick. Oh, taste test. So good. Nice creamy soup. Let's find one of those pieces of walleye right there. Oh yeah. Oh, so good. Whew, hot. Hot but good. I'm gonna eat this up. I'm just gonna eat right out of the pot. Why make work, right? Don't have to clean more dishes than necessary. Okay. This is gonna be good. I broke down and decided to put the soup in a mug. It's just easier to eat than holding a pot and shoveling it with a spoon, right? Plus you could drink it this way. Oh, it's so good. Before I light my fire, check out this cool piece of granite I found. My cornerstone. It's almost a perfect 90 degrees with a little notch in the middle. Pretty cool. What do you think of that? Today's firewood provided by Beaver Lumber. Well, day 2 is in the books. I got a grand total of about 30 minutes fishing in today. It was a good 30 minutes. Then a struggle to get back to my island. And following that, an 8-hour wait for the wind to die enough to cook that fish. Lots of sitting around, a lot of waiting, but you know, it is what it is. I'm going to call it early today and get up first thing in the morning, go hit that same spot, see if I can't add a few more fish to this video, maybe get a limit of walleye. But yeah, as you can see, I've taken the rain fly off. I looked at the forecast and it says it's a clear night. There's no rain until later tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna chance it. I didn't really get any rain anyway on this trip. It acted as a windbreak, I guess you could say. That's all it was good for. So yeah, this is gonna be a first, new experience. Hopefully I get a good night's sleep. All right, see you tomorrow at sunrise. 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight. Oh, did I put the rain fly away too soon? Oh, Weather Network, what are you doing? Would you look at that? The lake is like glass. Of course, this is the last morning. If the weather was like this right from day one, it would have been absolutely perfect, but no, this is the day I leave. Last night as the wind died off, it's a totally different feeling. For 2 days straight, all I could hear was the rushing wind, the trees snapping. It was, you know, chaos, right? Hectic. And then when it got calm, you could hear frogs, birds, loons. Just now I heard some sandhill cranes. So yeah, that's the best feeling in nature, when you can hear everything. But I survived. I'm not going to waste any time this morning. I'm going to pack up as soon as I have some decent light and head to that fishing spot. I'm leaving my campsite. It was a good one. There was those fish flies that were a little annoying, and the weather, well, that's a different animal altogether. That is why I packed up early, because look at this. The sun hasn't risen yet. It's just getting daylight out, but the lake is like glass. Gotta take advantage. I got out a grand total of maybe 30 minutes fishing yesterday before the wind kicked up early in the morning. So I gotta take advantage, right? Let's get that early morning bite. All right, let's go. Well, I'm just about at the spot where I want to drop down. Main reason I really wanted to come here, not just because I caught a couple walleye yesterday on these points, but for 2 days that heavy wind came from this direction, and you know, the theory goes the winds from the day before will blow all the bait fish to this side of the lake, and of course where there's bait fish there's predators, right? So I'm just going to start here, work these shorelines, go around the points, and see if we could find them again. Good old trusty gulp. This is so much different than yesterday. My goodness. Where's the white caps and the big swells? Where's the wind blowing the trees over? Wow. Where's the fish? There's the fish. Oh, nicer walleye. Oh yeah. Good morning. Woo. All right. That's my nice one for the limit. I'm gonna try to get 4. After this fishing session, I'm heading to Ignis, which is about 25 kilometers east of here, to go visit my parents. And I'd like to bring them some fish for a fish fry. So, fortunately for this guy, nice. We're on the board. Fish on already? Oh yeah, found the school. I'm on a school. Perfect eater. Look at that, he's missing a ray from his dorsal fin. These are the guys you want, right there. 16 inches. I like 15 to 17, those are the best. Yeah, that one's about 17. Okay. Really? Number 3, I started fishing right there. Ooh, this is putting up a good fight. There we go. Number 3. And it popped out. Perfect. Quick measure on my thing here. Oh yeah. That's a legal keeper. Look at that. Wow. Pop, pop, pop. I made it maybe 150 yards. Already 1 fish shy of a limit. Yeah, these gulp, they're more durable than regular minnows. Sometimes you get 1 fish out of a gulp. Sometimes you get 10. Of course, sometimes you get 0. Really? There's my limit. As long as it's not a bigger one. Of course, I will do some catch and release after I'm done. I'm here, so why not go keep going while the fishing's good, right? That one's actually borderline keeping size, so back you go, little buddy. I might as well do another quick pass here. I did pick up a limit of fish in this, not even 150 meters, 100 meters maybe. So there's a school here. There we go. Automatic. Oh, these fish are too big. They're not giants, but man, quality. That's a good problem to have, though. That is a good problem to have. That's what walleye fishing's like when you don't have bass dominating your lakes. I've had good walleye action in Atacocan where I live, but most of the lakes I fish are just like dominated by bass. I've had good action walleye down there, but usually small ones. This is what I grew up with. This is what I'm used to right here. Amazing. And yes, there is fishing like this down there, but not the lakes I fish. Nice walleye. Going back because it's a little too big. We're looking for a 15, 16, 17 incher. That's what I want right now. Feels like another bigger one. Oh boy. Oh no. Quit complaining, Joe. You gotta sort through these guys to find an eater. Oh wow. Whoa. Another big chunker. See you later, buddy. Wow. That was a slow swim off. This is wild. I started fishing right in front of these dead pine trees. I made it to that point and halfway back. And I'm already losing count of how many big, beautiful walleye I've caught. Oh boy. This is making up for that 2 days of sitting on the island, dreaming about fishing. Yeah, that's too big. I'm just gonna release them like that. Don't have to handle them all. Come on. Nope. There he goes. Don't have to handle them all. Just slaying the 20 inchers right now. I need one under 18 as per regulations. A bit of bug spray and a fish. One bad thing about the wind dying off, that's when the bugs come out. There we go. There's my little eater. That's what I'm used to right there. When the fishing's this good, I'm not going to keep fish like that. If it was slow, that thing would be shore lunch for sure. But it can grow bigger. Yeah, fishing's so good, I'm getting greedy. I want a 16, 17 inch. I just checked my GoPro. I've been fishing for 31 minutes and I caught 2 limits. Kept 3, threw 5 back. Looking for my 4th keeper. Is this gonna be it? This is ridiculous. Oh no. Another big one, I think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's too big. Yeah, that's over 18. Oh yeah, it's about a 19 incher. Bye-bye, little guy. Is that all that's in here? Well, I caught a bunch of fish right here, but I'm gonna move on. Maybe find another school that has some slightly smaller fish that I can keep. So yeah, each one of these points, the wind was blowing from the southwest directly into them. That's why there's a loon over here fishing. It's just where the fish are, right? It's just where the fish are. Another 20 incher. Oh, maybe 21. Beauty. Yeah, seems to be all bigger ones here, so I'll move on. We'll try that point over there. Huh. Might be an eater. Maybe. Maybe. For sure. Have a limit. Got a limit. Cool. So now I'm just gonna fish for fun. Yeah, sometimes these gulp, they'll rip. You just turn it a little bit, stick it back through. You're good for a few more fish. This is getting ridiculous. It's too easy. Too easy. Of course, I'm not going to show every fish in this video, or else it would be 30 minutes of camping and 50, 60 minutes of walleye catching. Living the dream right now. I went through hell to have this. It's awesome. A mosquito. First one I saw on the camping trip. Ooh. It's a little better. Is that a breeze? Did I just feel the wind? That's okay. Even if it kicks up now, I'm just going to take off. I've caught dozens of walleye. Ooh. Oh. That's why. Jeez. For a short little pike, I could actually feel the weight on them. Chunky. You're feeding well, aren't you? Well, I think I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm still fishing. What a weekend of camping. High highs, low lows. I was basically stranded on the island for 2 days. I barely got out fishing on day 2 in the morning, so I was able to have my shore lunch, which was one of my main goals. But like the tale of 2 weekends. All that wind, heavy wind. I texted a friend who is staying about 20 kilometers from here, and his weather app, his wind app, said it was gusting to 36 knots. Knots. That's like 66 kilometers per hour yesterday. So nobody was probably on the lakes, right? Then I come out this morning, dead calm. I'm slaying the walleye. I'm going to continue to fish. I'll probably use that content for shorts, not in this video. Because if you have content, you might as well use it, right? Anyway, yeah, feeling good right now. So until next time, cheers and tight lines, everyone.